This video demonstrates some of the new plotting features available in StripchartV. For this example, I have 4 pens defined that are simulated signals from an OPC server, and I'm scanning at 50 milliseconds. So we'll start scanning, and typically we've viewed this data as a trend, amplitudes versus time, and I'm just showing, well, here's all 4 signals, and we can auto scale them. So trend plot, very familiar with these, but now also available is a Y versus X plot. So the X pen is set down here at the lower right. So I've selected sine 1, which is I think the lower frequency signal, and then sine 3 is a Y pen, and it's about twice the frequency of sine 1. So we'll start sampling data, and it's plotting the Y values as the amplitudes of sine 3 versus the amplitudes of sine 1. So this is pretty handy for vibration plots where you might want to show 1x amplitude and phase angle versus speed. That would basically be a Bode plot. You could also use it to show engine control parameters versus engine speed. Another plot I want to show is the polar plot. So the polar plot presents each of the signals at an angle, and the amplitude of the signal varies as the data is being read. So we'll start this sample, and you can see the amplitude of each of the 4 signals, and I've defined the angles that they're plotted at. So these are just arbitrary. You can enter whatever you want. If you had, let's say, 6 engine thermocouples, you would plot those at 30-degree angles. So below is a trend showing any signal you want to define, and the point of this is to, when you stop the plotting, to be able to put cursors on a trend of any given pen, let's say speed perhaps. And if you had thermocouples plotted up here in the polar plot, you could view the different patterns versus this independent variable versus time below. You can also save patterns for reference later, and you might want to enter this data manually, like let's say a T5 temperature pattern from a test cell report, and you can edit this data by clicking the edit button and enter any value you want, enter a new row of values, and so on. So those are the new plotting features available with StripchartV.